So now let us solve some more problems. So let's look at this question. This appeared in JEE May in 2019, that is pretty recently. So what are we given? We are given that two identical spherical balls of mass m and radius r each are stuck on two ends of a rod of length 2r and mass m. So we have a rod of length 2r and mass m, and at its ends there are two spherical balls of mass m and radius r stuck. So the moment of inertia of the system about the axis passing perpendicularly through the center of the rod is, that is, we need to find the moment of inertia of this entire system with respect to this axis of rotation that is given here. So this is a pretty straightforward question. So let's solve it. So if we look at this figure closely, we can see that this entire structure is made up of primarily three rigid bodies that are, so there is a rod and there are two spheres attached at its ends. So let's start calculating the moment of inertia of each of the component of this structure, and finally we will add the moment of inertia because of each of the component to obtain the total moment of inertia of this entire structure with respect to this axis of rotation. So what is the moment of inertia of this rod with respect to the axis of rotation given here? So this is the axis of rotation. So we are given with a rod of length 2r and mass m. So I rod would be simply m times 2r whole square by 12, as the moment of inertia of a rod with respect to an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to its length is given as ml square by 12, where L is the length of the rod. So what do we get? 4m r square by 12. So we get it as m r square by 3. Similarly, what is the moment of inertia for this particular ball? I ball is simply given as, we need to find the moment of inertia of this ball first with respect to this axis that is passing through its center of mass, and then we are going to apply parallel axis theorem to calculate the moment of inertia of this ball with respect to this axis. So I ball is simply given as 2 by 5 mr square, that is the moment of inertia of this ball with respect to this particular axis, plus m times d square, where d is the distance between the center of the ball and this particular axis. So what should be d? So this particular length is 2r. So this particular length is r. So this particular length is also r, because r is the radius of the ball. So the distance from here to here, that is d, is nothing but 2r. So let us substitute the values. So it is nothing but 2 by 5 mr square plus m times 2r whole square. Now what is this value? It is 2 by 5 mr square plus 4 mr square. So it is simply 22 mr square by 5. So this is I ball. So what is moment of inertia of this total system? It would be I system would be simply I rod plus 2 times I ball, because there is just one rod and there are two balls, and we are just adding the moment of inertia of each of the components with respect to this particular axis of rotation. So let's write it down. So what is I rod? I rod is mr square by 3. So what is 2 times I ball? It would be nothing but 2 times 22 mr square by 5. So let us calculate it. We would find that this value would be simply 137 mr square by 15. That is the moment of inertia of this system. So this is our answer. So now let's get back to the options. So option C is correct. So our answer is option C. So now let us try to solve this particular problem. So this problem reads as 7 identical circular planar discs, each of mass m and radius r, are welded symmetrically as shown. The moment of inertia of the arrangement about the axis normal to the plane and passing through point P is. So here we are given with an arrangement which is made up of 7 identical discs, each of mass m and radius r, and we need to calculate the moment of inertia of this arrangement with respect to an axis which is passing through this point P and which is perpendicular to the plane of the screen. So how do we do it? So let's look at it. So this particular system is made up of 7 components. That is, it is made up of a central disk and 6 disks which are surrounding the central disk. So let us try to calculate the moment of inertia of this entire system with respect to an axis passing through point O and perpendicular to the plane of the screen. So let us call that as IO. So what is the contribution to IO from the central disk? It would be simply mr square by 2. And what is the contributions of the 6 surrounding disks towards IO? It would be nothing but 6 times, as these disks are symmetrically located and the disks are identical. So it would be simply mr square by 2. That is the moment of inertia of each of these disks with respect to their centers, say this one, plus m times d square, where d is nothing but the distance between the centers between the central disk and a surrounding disk. So we are simply applying parallel axis theorem at this particular expression, and as there are 6 disks, we are using the term 6 here. So let us try to simplify this expression further. So what is going to be the value of d? D is going to be simply 2r. So let us try to simplify this expression. It would be nothing but mr square by 2 plus 6 times mr square by 2 plus m times 2r whole square. So it would be simply 55 mr square by 2. So now we know the moment of inertia of this entire system with respect to this particular point O. Also, if we look closely, this point O is nothing but the center of mass of this particular system. So we know the moment of inertia of this entire system with respect to its center of mass, and we know the moment of inertia of this system with respect to an axis which is passing through the center of mass and is perpendicular to the plane of the screen. So we can simply apply parallel axis theorem to calculate the moment of inertia with respect to an axis which is passing through point P and perpendicular to the plane of the screen. From parallel axis theorem, IP is simply IO plus what is the total mass of the system, as there are 7 disks. So it would be 7m times what is the distance between point O and point P. Let's call that as d prime whole square. So what is this particular distance? Let's call this as d prime. So d prime is nothing but 3r. So it would be simply 55 mr square by 2 plus 7m times 3r whole square. So what are we going to get at the end of the day? So IP is equal to, let us simplify this particular expression. It would be nothing but 55 by 2 plus 63 times mr square. So IP is nothing but 181 mr square by 2. So this is the answer we obtained. So let us now look back at the options. So our answer matches with option D. So our answer is option D.